And welcome back, everybody. Tonight you're listening to the Metal Magdalene with Jet right here on Metal Messiah Radio. Tonight, our Full Terror Assault Fest pre-fest show. The show is going down August 25th through the 27th at Cave and Rock. And right now we have with us Phil Rind of the legendary Sacred Reich. Welcome to the show, Phil.
Thank you.
Now, first of all, Phil, I wanted to say welcome home because you guys just finished up some shows in Europe. How did that whole tour go?
The shows were fantastic. The tour was great. We did a mixture of club and festival shows, and it was just super fun. The crowds were awesome, and we had a great time. We were playing really good, so it's hard to complain.
Before we talk about the Full Terror Assault Festival a little bit, let's just talk a little bit about your career. So, Phil, okay, Sacred Reich's been around for some 21 years or so already. Back when you started the band, what were you going for, if you could remember that far back, Phil?
Well, we started actually in 1986, so like 30 years for us.
Wowee!
We got together, and we were all like 5 years old then. I mean, we just wanted to get together and play shows. I mean, I remember joining the band, and I just wanted to play in a bar. That was my goal. You know, if I could play in a bar, that would be awesome. And then the next thing was like, man, if we could like make a demo, that would be awesome. And then it was like, if we could play with open for some cool bands, that would be awesome. And then it was like, wow, really, Metal Blade's going to put us on a compilation record? That would be awesome. Wow, we're going to get a record deal? That would be awesome. Wow, a record's coming out? You know, wow, we're going to get a tour? Awesome. So, I don't know if we had a big plan. We just kind of, one foot in front of the other. Just play songs, make the best music you can, and go from there.
Well, all your awesome dreams came true.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We're really lucky because I don't think we're that good. I mean, we're pretty good, but I don't know. Luck has a lot to do with it, I think, and we're just fortunate. I mean, the biggest thing is we're super lucky that we have incredible fans that still remember who we are. It's been 20 years since we made a new record, and there must be something to it. I don't know what it is, but we're pretty lucky because without the fans, we'd all just be sitting on the couch.
Well, you were saying how all this just started happening for you, one thing after the other. And now Metal Blade was a pretty big deal because you guys are only like really a couple of years or whatever into what's going on with the band, and then Metal Blade is putting you on a compilation, and then they're signing you, and you're with Metal Blade now still, right?
Oh, we don't really have a label anymore.
Your last label was Metal Blade?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we haven't made a record in 20 years, so there's really no need for a record label. But we were pretty much with Metal Blade from the beginning. We did Ignorance with Metal Blade and Surf with Metal Blade, and then we were with a label called Enigma, and we did American Way with them, and then we did Independent on Hollywood Records, and then we did Heel with Metal Blade again. So Brian's been around like our whole career, and he's been a big supporter and a big fan of the band, and he's pretty awesome.
So Phil, now you guys, in 2000, you kind of split up. So why did you guys decide, you know what, let's just give this thing a rest, and then what made you want to come back again?
I think things, as a natural progression, just kind of ran its course, you know what I mean? I really didn't have any songs for a new record, and it just kind of seemed like it was time, you know. We had done some cool stuff, and seemed like it was wrapping up and coming to an end. So we said, that's it. And then, it must have been around 2006 or 2006, 2007. You know, I have a friend, Monty. He was at Roadrunner now. He started Nuclear Blast Entertainment. He's like, have you ever checked out your records on eBay? And I was like, what's eBay? And he's like, check it out. And, you know, the records were going for $40 or $50, and I thought, man, that's a total ripoff. You know, if there's any Sacred Reich fans out there that are interested in buying any Sacred Reich record, they should at least be able to get them reasonably priced. So we spoke with Brian at Metal Blade and said, hey, are you interested in maybe doing like a reissue? And he said that they had been doing that and he'd be into it. So we all got together, to put together all the stuff for the reissue and our old pictures, and it was just kind of fun to do Sacred Reich stuff again.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, God, if we wanted to do some shows, do you think anyone would care? And I spoke to some people at Metal Blade in Europe, and they gave me some numbers, and people, to our surprise, people were interested. And they turned out to be pretty big festivals, and one of them was Wacken.
Mm-hmm.
So we went and played there in 2007. We played the show in London, and in Eindhoven, Holland, and Vosseler, and at Wacken, it was pretty kick-ass. And then we just kept getting offers, and we're like, oh, okay.
And all this just because you didn't want people getting ripped off on eBay.
Yeah, kind of. That's kind of like the root of everything. Because like I said, I mean, ultimately it's, we do whatever we do, but if no one paid attention, would it matter, right? If a tree falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it, does it make a sound?
Mm-hmm.
That's the deal. So I guess it was an impetus to try to take care of our fans that led to all this kind of stuff, and we're pretty lucky.
And it's like you said, too, I mean, since you guys come back, you've been playing some great tours. Like you said, you played Wacken, and you just came back from your Euro tour now, so it has to be pretty fun for you guys at this stage of the game to be out there playing these huge festivals, and now you get to see for yourself that people really still are interested in you guys.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, back when we stopped playing, there wasn't this proliferation of festivals. And now there's there's festivals all over Europe every weekend, all from June through August.
Mm-hmm.
So in June we went and played Hellfest and Grasspop, which are two huge festivals in France and Belgium. And then we just went back and we played Italy for the first time. I mean, we've never been to Italy and played a show.
Oh, that's nice.
So we were lucky to play Foshfest, and we played Metal Camp, or Metal Days as they call it now, in Slovenia.
Mm-hmm.
And we played in Ljubljana in Slovenia in 1990 when it was still Yugoslavia.
Oh, wow.
We played, Ljubljana, Belgrade, and one other city in Yugoslavia. And we ran into a friend, his name's Gregor, who was there when he was 17 years old last time we played there in 2000. He was like one of the production organizers now, so it was incredible to see him all these years later. So.
That's awesome. Now, a lot of people's favorite album from you guys, I mean, as far as a DJ and playing it for people, definitely Surf Nicaragua, as well as a favorite song. What is that song basically about, Phil?
It was just kind of like a kind of tongue-in-cheek look at American interventionist policies in Central America.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it took root from the anti-communist stance and what happened in Southeast Asia, got us involved in the Vietnam War. And it's based on the domino theory that if you let one country turn communist, it'll take root and it'll spread.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in Central America and in Nicaragua, when the Sandinistas came to power, Reagan felt that it was a big threat and wanted to do everything he could to uproot them in Nicaragua, and then he's sort of starting of communist revolution so close to the United States. So it just kind of happened from there.
I was going to say, you take a subject that's so politically serious, and you sure did make it fun, Phil.
It's like, sometimes one of the regrets that when we look back at stuff is that maybe we took stuff a little too seriously when we were playing. We should have had a little more fun. So this time around, we don't miss out. So
there you go. Okay, so now you guys are going to be playing the Full Terror Assault Festival, a true open air event here in the United States. Now, are you guys looking forward to that?
It's going to be awesome.
This is the only second year for the fest, and it's already growing, mostly due to its affordability and great lineups, and most of all, you can bring your own beverages, which saves fans a lot of money. So what are your thoughts on this open-air event, and do you think this is a good idea for us folks here in the United States?
Well, I think it's a great idea. I think it's going to be pretty kick-ass. I obviously don't know much about it. I mean, like, I don't get out and about too much, first of all. And obviously, like you said, it's the second year, so they're still building it. But, look, we've played some festivals in Europe previously. Like, we played Dynamo Open Air when it was, I think, its third or fourth or fifth year. And I think when we played there, it was maybe 20,000 people. And it grew to over 100,000 people, and probably the biggest festival in Europe at the time. So I know that everything has humble beginnings, right? You have to start somewhere, and you grow it. So we're happy to be part and do whatever we can to help get the word out and help grow it. Because, the Euros would ask, what's the festivals like in the United States? And I think the things that happen are kind of big, kind of corporate, kind of rock on the range. They're big corporate sponsored and like Live Nation type of things. And this feels more for the people, a more underground thing, by the people, for the people. So we're really happy to be part of it.
And that's exactly it. It doesn't have that corporate stamp on it, and it makes it a lot more affordable too, especially with these huge lineups that they're presenting to people. And of course, like true open air events, they have camping, but it's affordable camping. It's not $300 camping. And the best part is, for a lot of the fans, when you're camping there, it's, BYOB, so you don't have to pay $13 for a beer, and you could save your money and buy merch and just have a good time. You don't have to budget as much. And, a lot of us Americans are poor slob metalheads here, and now they get to go see great shows, have a great time, and it's affordable, so they could buy other stuff. They can't just wear all the same clothes every day and have, $200 for 5 beers or whatever. So it's very affordable. Right. And what day are you guys going to be playing?
Saturday night.
And how long is your set about?
I think it's about an hour or so.
Oh, wow. So that's nice. Is there any particular bands that you're looking forward to seeing?
I really haven't paid a lot of attention yet. We've just kind of been really busy.
I know you.
And what we wind up doing usually, and what we did on the last tour, is we hung out at the merch booth and sold our own merch. So I don't know where the merch booth is set up in relation to where the stage is. But, that's probably where we'll be during the day. And
I think everything's pretty centrally located to each other this year as well. Now, are you guys going to be staying for the whole fest?
We fly in on Friday night. And I think the last day is Saturday. Right. So we fly on Friday evening, and then we play Saturday, and then we leave on Sunday. So we'll be there for Saturday.
Well, that's good, because that's when you're playing, so that'd be nice.
Yeah, that's it worked out pretty good timing.
So after this festival, do you have anything else going on for the year?
I think we've been confirmed for a festival in Monterrey, Mexico in November. And then we have a hometown show in November as well.
Oh, nice.
And then, we'll see what happens after that.
And so, I have to ask the question, any thoughts of maybe doing another album?
Absolutely none.
There you go. You got other shit to do at this point. You're having a good time now. You've paid your dues. Now it's time for you to have a good time and not have to worry about all that shit anymore.
And it's like, it's like the number one question, right? Are you guys going to make another record? And I said,
I had to.
Not. And they're like, why? And I'm like, because I have no songs. That's the best reason why not to do it. Because I have no songs.
There you go. That's good. That's a good reason.
Yeah, it's the best reason. It's only been 20 years. But if I don't have any songs by now, I think it's probably safe to say that we're not going to do another record.
Well, there you go. So, Phil, thanks for coming on the show and telling us a little bit about your career. And, hopefully you guys get some good weather for the fest and have a great time.
Awesome. Thanks so much. I appreciate your time.
Okay.